I'm a Republican, right? So I'm right to life, I'm pro-Second Amendment. I want to cut the government spending. I want to reduce the size of government. I want to cut back on government regulations. I want to make the government more efficient. I want to do all the things all these other guys do, right? Why? Because we're Republicans. But I'll tell you something I want to share with you tonight. I was talking with Keith and a couple people when I came in. I heard that you guys went from 16 to 30% Republican registration in this county. Would you please give yourself a round of applause? And the reason I say that is, when I first came down here, I think it was around 2000, I was invited to a meeting at Willis and Rose Barmore's house. And we met on their porch out at their farm. And there was one table of people. And they wanted to know how to build a party organization in Henry County. And so I met with them, and we kept coming back and kept coming back. And together, look what you've built. You've got a great Lincoln dinner. You've had great speakers. And besides that, you've given encouragement to 7 people to step up to run for Congress. You realize how fortunate we are to have those kinds of choices in this country? I did have a speech, but Pastor Eads, some things that you did earlier made me want to abandon that speech. And I'm only going to share with you a couple of sentiments. First of all, we were at one of the earliest events that we attended in this campaign. And if I'm not mistaken, it was over in Campbell County. And they had written questions. And one of the first written questions we were asked to step up to the microphone and answer was, what is the biggest problem facing our country today? And I mean, it's clear to me. So I stepped to the microphone and said, if you ask me what the biggest problem facing our country today is we've lost sight of our mission. We are a Christian nation. The Pilgrims didn't come here for a turkey dinner. Read the Mayflower Compact. They came here as missionaries to a savage land. I believe that our country is divinely inspired. I believe our founders are divinely inspired men. I believe that what they saw was a world where there had never been men who were permitted to govern themselves. They had always been told that they weren't good enough. They weren't smart enough. They weren't capable of governing themselves. Somebody else had to do it for them. That's where we started. And that was our mission, to be the last refuge for liberty on the face of the earth. Over time, Congress and government have replaced kings. And once again, we're being told we can't govern ourselves. We can't run our own lives. We can't do things for ourselves. We have to have government. And do you know there are people in the House of Representatives right now who believe that? People from New York and California and other places, they really truly believe that people must have government to run their lives, and that's what motivates them to do what they do. But we know better. I farm over in Owen County. There are a lot of success stories out here. We're in businesses. We've started businesses. We've all had successes in our lives, but we know that we did that. Government didn't do that for us. We've lost sight of that mission. The Owen County News-Herald called me the day that I filed for office and asked me, why are you running for Congress and what are you going to bring back for us from Washington, D.C.? And I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I think there's far too much Washington, D.C. here already. What they need up there is more of us. They need somebody from here that knows how we think and how we feel to go up there and tell them, you know what? People can get by without you guys. We're doing just fine. And convince them and bring them down here and bring your success stories up there to share with them. You see, I want to be a representative. I'm not going up there with my own agenda. I'm going up there to represent you. I want to take the best of who you are to a place where they've lost sight of it. And I want to show them how good we are, how independent we are, how self-reliant we are. That's why I want to go to Congress. But I also want to share one other sentiment with you. It came to me tonight when they were singing and we were enjoying the camaraderie of all of the great patriotism and expressions of faith. It's one of my favorite quotes from Abraham Lincoln, and I can assure you that it is absolute testimony to the way that I have ended up in my life. Abraham Lincoln said, I have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for the day. I want to go to Washington, D.C. to represent you, but I don't want to go alone. I did a trust fall many years ago into the arms of Jesus. It's the only way I'm standing here now. It's the only power that I have beneath me. It's the only thing that keeps me standing up every day. And you know what? You and me and him together, just like Patrick Henry said when he tried to get the House of Burgesses to join the Revolutionary War, don't worry, we don't have to do this alone. There's a just God who will raise up people to help us. My name is Marc Carey. I'm a candidate for Congress, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you, and God bless.